What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph growing in zone 6B. If you are here for the first time, welcome for the first time. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. This video will be a little on the random side. I'm always thinking about, what helped me as a gardener when I first started gardening, what might help other people, how do I explain the things that I've seen, that I've observed in the garden that, may help somebody else. So let's get into it. So it is the month of July. The month of July is the season where the garden is usually jumping in July in Ohio. And, with that being said, there are a lot of things that I go ahead and check for to make sure that things are growing well. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show y'all what I check, talk about my cucumbers and my peppers and what I did, what I've observed, what the yellowing leaves could be, different varieties and so forth. And then before that, I will show you guys what I have already planted for the fall garden, including the seeds that I started. And then if we have time, we will get to a potato harvest and maybe some mint as well. Fall. Let me start up here. My deck is a little bit of a mess because we had fireworks. And look at this fly, y'all. It's huge. We had fireworks, and those fireworks put a bunch of debris on my deck, so I have to clean that off. So I started 3 trays here. I started on 7-3 this purple sprouting broccoli. So because I was a little bit late starting, I chose to do the purple sprouted broccoli because it is a 65-day broccoli. So purple sprouting broccoli will give you small broccoli florets. Some of it has already come up, as you can see. Not every tray, but some of it. Keep in mind that this purple sprouting broccoli, 65 days, it will germinate quickly, and so you can go ahead and get that started right now to get a broccoli harvest in the fall. This tray right here, I just started, so it hasn't come up yet. I started this on July 4th. That's Georgia collards there. I started turnips. What is this? More turnips. This is giant red mustard. And that's giant red mustards. So this is mustards, turnips, and collards right here in this tray. Like I said, it hasn't come up yet. And then in this one, I did on July 3rd the secchio, I don't know how to pronounce that, y'all, broccoli. As you can see, it has all came up in every tray. This is coming up here. This is Copenhagen cabbage. I put June 3rd. I meant to put July 3rd. Y'all know what I mean. Some of it has started to come up. So this is not like winter. So when you starting your seedlings, if you start seeds in the house in the winter, the seeds will not germinate as quickly. In the summertime, it takes less time because they're outside, the sun is hitting it, it's warm. Now, there is an overhang. This area gets sun, but there is an overhang right there. So with that overhang, this doesn't get blasting full sun all day, beating down on it. This gets some shade, and so you just got to look at your varieties relative to your last frost date. not only your last frost day, I look at when it's going to get cold. October, it starts to get cold-ish in Ohio. You need some full sun for some of this stuff. You need lots of daylight hours, and you need it to be warmer. It doesn't have to be 80 degrees, but what I've noticed, even though some people say, oh, that rosemary smell, even though, you know, people say things will germinate, things will grow, when the daylight hours lessen, what I have figured out in my backyard anyway is that brassicas start to grow very slowly. They won't die, but they won't thrive either. And so what I try to do is figure out, you know, when it's going to get cold. That's October. How many days do I have? Germination. So if it says, you know, 65 days, 90 days to harvest, you got to add on another week for germination. So you don't want to be coming up to the 19th of the hour. It's, you know, September 31st, and your plants are still like halfway. You want them to be almost ready to harvest. So look for varieties that will allow you to get through July, August, September. So all of July, all of August, all of September. That gives you 90 days. And maybe the beginning of October, you know, it'll be hit or miss for you to get a fall harvest. So that's one of the things that I planted. Let me walk y'all over here and I'll show y'all what else I started. So I went ahead and started some more squash. This is crookneck and this is cocozelle. It is it will get going. It looks good. What else did I start? I came over here and I told y'all I'm always planting green beans. So look at this corn, y'all. Doesn't it look pretty? It looks very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. I'm loving it. This is a container variety corn. Also, this plant is getting ready to come out because you can see these sweet peas got powdery mildew all over them. I started some more beans. Y'all was with me on camera. If you were, go back and watch that video. I started these more beans and some squash down there. This is Blue Hubbard squash and some pole beans. These are pole beans right here. This is not a pole bean. This is a bush bean. So I started those. And I told y'all I had did some carrots. And so I did, and they have already come up. But then also some squash right here too. There's two of them, one right there and one right here. And this is a Burgess squash that was started on 625. And this is struggling pepper plant right there. The winter squash, like I said on last video, if you guys have not started that yet, it may be a little late. If it's a 90-day variety, if you start it like right now, you'll still have time. If not, then you may not. So, you know, another thing that I want to talk to you guys about is cucumbers. So, I put my cucumbers, this is my pepper, beans, cucumbers, watermelons, which is looking really good. I put these cucumber plants in May. I started them in the house from seed. And, you know, here's what I have observed about cucumbers. Oh, by the way, I built this cage, y'all. It's a simple DIY cage. And look how sturdy it is from the animals. Anyway, cucumbers. That cucumber is not overripe. It is a different variety that's supposed to turn yellow, or can actually completely orange before I harvest it. I harvested one already, and to be honest, y'all, it wasn't all that. But I'm gonna give this one a little more time to get all the way yellow. Actually, that one is probably ready to pick, and I'm gonna pick it and try it. Also, it's not producing that well, so we will see if I rip this plant out. I might. Anyway, cucumbers. So these are my cucumber plants. Don't mind the dusty leaves. That's cayenne pepper. I actually don't need to put that on these plants anymore since they are now covered. But with this cayenne pepper, I will tell you, with these cucumbers, I'll tell you what I know for sure. Sometimes people try to spend a lot of time saving these cucumber plants. Cucumber plants do not last that long, guys. Look at this. Look at this leaf. Let me wipe this off so y'all can see. I'm not gonna take this cage off. You see this leaf pattern? Sometimes it is a nitrogen deficiency. Sometimes maybe it's not getting enough sun or water, but a lot of times it just fizzles out. So what I look at is, does the cucumber plant have potential to grow? Now, this is really a skinny stem. This plant has not produced anything, and it looks like it's just fizzling out. Cucumbers are very susceptible to fungal disease. They will normally catch it at some point. If your leaves start to brown at the bottom, that's also, from what I have noticed, an indication that the cucumber plant is fizzling out, or if it doesn't have any new growth points. So this plant right here, I'll probably go ahead and take out. Now, these other plants, this plant right here, it's fizzling, but it still has time. Now, I did give these plants some nitrogen, and some potassium mix, like a balanced fertilizer, I should say. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and we're gonna see how they do. But if you look at this plant, it still has lots of flowers on it. Even down here, this is the same plant. There's flowers down here. There's flowers at the top. Same thing with that one. If y'all can see through the hole, y'all can see that fruit right there. And then if I walk around to this side, this plant right here is completely healthy. There's a pollinated cucumber right there, and I don't know if that one down there got pollinated. I know this one down here probably didn't, but this plant is still like fully producing. So since this plant is fully producing, you see how the leaves look green minus my cayenne pepper. There's a growth point right there. The plant is kind of upright. It is doing well. Once your plant starts to look raggedy, that's the only way I know how to put it, go ahead and pull that plant out. If it's something that you can replant, like cucumbers definitely is, you can drop a seed for some cucumbers right now and still get some more cucumbers. Go on and pull it out. It's not going to do any good. Don't try to baby it, utilize resources, all of that for it. Go ahead and pull it out. Now, interestingly enough, there is a cucumber plant down there that was looking very small. Y'all see it? And it is starting to dark green up, probably because I gave this bit some fertilizer. That one I'll leave and see what it does. And in fact, I may or may not drop any more cucumber seeds. We'll see. Now, peppers. So these peppers were looking very, 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 very yellow. You see how these are really yellow in the front? and the ones behind it is a lot greener. And then, you know, as a comparison, you see how this one is very yellow and it's starting to green up a little bit at the top. So these pepper plants could be a couple of things from my understanding of it. It could be that they are lacking nitrogen. Could be that, which I gave them a shot of. It could be that they're not getting enough sun. It also could be that my weather in Ohio has been very finicky. So the temperatures are up and down, up and down. I mean, it had got down to like, what, the 40s or something the one time. Peppers don't usually like that. It also could be that they don't like the location. And in the case of the bell peppers on my deck, it was that I had too many peppers in one pot. So bell peppers are capable of growing in a small space. I mean, peppers in general. I wouldn't say bells. Some peppers can grow in a smaller space, but then other peppers, depending on how large they get, what I've noticed is you don't yield as large of a fruit if you don't give it the space. A lot of people think that because the pepper plants are small, that they don't have a robust root system. It ain't gonna be as big as like a cauliflower or cabbage or tomato. But if it is a bell pepper, bell peppers can get like the size of your hand. And if that's the case, then it has to have space to do that and grow. So actually, I'm gonna show y'all the spacing for my peppers and what I did, and then you know, show y'all why. So them peppers was yellowing. They were not doing well. And so I put them right here. See how yellow they are? They are very yellow. I believe they will bounce back. I have to give them some time to do so. I did give them some nitrogen. And we gonna see how they do. As a side note, look at my celery, y'all. It looks really good. Smells good too. And this is my store-bought celery that I threw in here. That, hey, you know what? Why not? But anyway, what I look for is to see if there's any growth points. So I look down here. These leaves were, I don't know if they were chewed off or they fell off or what, but I don't see any new growth points on these leaves. No new growth points on these leaves. So what I'm looking for in the next couple weeks is to see if the leaves on these pepper plants, even with this one, if they are going to green up. So that, and I'm looking for new growth points. So that's what I'm looking for with these peppers, to see if they are going to bounce back. Like I said, I gave them some high nitrogen, water-soluble fertilizer. So that's the fertilizer that you can mix in water, that you can, that will be readily available, couldn't think, immediately to your plant. Need a harvest basket. I don't think I have one. So, you know, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm probably going to go and get that cucumber I showed y'all too, is harvest some of this mint. This is my mint. I have never been successful growing mint, y'all. This is some spearmint right here. There is some peppermint right here. And I'm going to harvest it. What I know for sure about these herbs, if you don't harvest them, they will continue to grow, but they will grow better if you stay up on the harvesting. So I'm going to get some of this peppermint, some of this spearmint, dry it out to make tea. I don't use a dehydrator to dry my herbs. I use the brown paper bag method. If you look up Urban Frugal drying herbs or something like that, it should pop up. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is these potatoes, some of them anyway are looking dead. Some of them aren't. I threw in some beans too, some pole beans, and this climbing there. And this Royal Burgundy bush bean had gotten chewed back, but then it's back. And these, I'm gonna harvest some potatoes, not all. Some of these potatoes still look good. These ones have died completely back. That one, this one really hasn't, but these have. So I'm gonna say some of these potato plants, and then see what they do. What is this, a volunteer tomato? It is. I'm gonna leave that. And anyway, I'm gonna see what they do. Like that potato plant over there, it still looks good. I don't be wanting to harvest too early. I don't know what y'all think. But anyway, those are my 3 things that I was thinking about. You know, how I'm gonna assess my garden, see what's working, see what's not working, you know, see what's getting pollinated. Even when I'm out here just sitting, I watch the pollinators, what they can get to easily, what they might not be able to get to easily. If I have something netted, are they getting to the netting to my flowers? Because one thing I will say about my cage, they can get through this netting, but they do struggle a little bit as opposed to if it was open. You know, what's popping up, what's getting pollinated, what's yellowing, all of that. Because July, like I said, it's the month where things get going in Ohio, then, you know, it's really time to kind of put your eyes on it, see what's going on, and then, you know, go ahead and act accordingly. All right, y'all, that's it. That's going to do it. I appreciate you guys' time today. You guys get out there, get growing, and I will see you guys on the next video. All right, bye for now.